Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. It is time for shop tour. If you've been paying attention, you know that I missed it last week. Unfortunately, I was so slammed with work, I did not have time to spend even a second not working. So I apologize for no shop tour last week, but I've been working really hard over the last couple of weeks and actually have gotten a lot done, and that's what we're going to look at today. Let's check it out. It is August, the last full week in August, 26th. So we are getting down to the end here. One more month, it'll be time to go to the runoffs. So you can see that the engine building bench looks about the same way as it did 2 weeks ago. The difference is 2 complete motors have gone on and come off. So I've got the next cylinder head ready to go for the Elders STL program. They are not going to the runoffs this year, so I'm just going to kind of work that in these next few weeks, and as I have time. So let's check out what's going on. So got the if you were watching my Facebook Live stuff over the last year, you know, last year this Mustang, which is a Garmin car. Garmin, of course, is based out of Kansas City, and they use this Mustang to test all of their products out at Harlem Park. And so I've been doing all sorts of upgrades to this car over the years. We've lowered it down with different springs, put different shocks in. Can't really remember everything we've done because it's been a while since I've actually worked on it, but apparently these cars are well known for overheating the differential. So what I'm just finishing up is a pump system. So we've got our lines here. Obviously this is out because it's at the bottom, goes into the cooler, comes out of the cooler, in through the tilt and pump, out of the pump and back into the diff. This should decrease the temperature of this differential significantly, because when it starts to overheat, it really there's a warning that comes on the dash, and it really starts to become a problem. So got it all wired in. As you can see, nice fan on the cooler, so this will pull the heat out of the cooler, and it's a pretty big project. I actually had to take all the suspension off, drop the differential completely out to put this cover on, because as you can see, there's just no room to get this cover on and off, and a bunch of wiring throughout the inside of the car to pull power all the way from the front to the back. So just finishing up, just need to put some fluid in, circulate the fluid through the cooler, and get this exhaust back on. So just some stock exhaust. So the main thing that I've been doing for the last week is getting Perry Simon's engines ready. Yes, engines with an S. So this is Perry's brand new motor for the runoffs for his car. If you've been watching me build motors over the years, you'll see that I will paint the blocks different colors depending upon how many motors a guy has. So in my build sheets, I generally start with black. So we will have a black motor. This will be a silver engine here, and I just finished up Stevens, which will be a blue one. So Perry and Steven are going to be coming tomorrow, and we are going to be installing engines, corner weighting and aligning, and dynoing 2 brand new engines in their cars. So, whew, lots going on, man, lots going on. So that's what I've been pushing on here the last couple weeks. And as you can see, the Cadillac is back. Why is the Cadillac back? Well, a couple of reasons. Apparently there's a little bit of metal in the differential oil. We're gonna yank this diff out of here, take it apart, see what we can find. One of the constant niggling little problems we've been experiencing is with these drive shafts. So these carbon fiber drive shafts, you can see here how this is pushed back. This has turned inside of the carbon. And this is the second one we've had like this. So what we're going to do is we are going to have an aluminum one made. so that this stops happening, because that is really, really frustrating. And these are very, very expensive drive shafts. So you can see that the car is just filthy, dirty, nasty. This car needs a complete cleanup. So Steve actually has done really well with it this season, working through some issues and learning about it. So he was kind of trying to do the prep himself. He did a pretty good job with it, him and his buddy. But we're going to be keeping the car here for the winter and for next season and doing the prep, and that way he can enjoy his time just going to the racetrack and not having to spend the hours and hours that it takes to properly prep one of these cars, because that's what it takes. Hours and hours of checking all the little nuts and bolts. You really should check everything. These cars just ingest themselves. So, but we have started this process. If we can get a drive shaft, I think he will run out at Heartland Park in October. I'm not so sure that we're going to have a drive shaft, but we'll see. The Integra is prepped and ready for the runoffs. Just needs a little dyno time. You can see Rick has all of his tires mounted and labeled and bagged. So a lot of people, and Rick's a believer in this, and I'm not faulting him for this. A lot of people will do this to keep the light off of your tires. I'm more of a believer of sunlight. Obviously is very bad for your tires. I don't cover mine in the shop here, but Rick does. That's okay. No worries. And he's got them all labeled and ready. So looks like Eric has continued to pull off his rear fenders. You can see he's got one mocked up here, looking good. So these are really, really nice fenders, much more aerodynamic compared to the old ones. So getting close. I think all he needs to do is get these on, get those wrapped, and we need to get on the dyno for him as well, which is about all I have left to do on the BMW. Completely prepped, ready to go, needs to be cleaned. I am going to do a quick alignment check on it, but all in all of my check marks are basically done. So we are just about ready to go to the runoffs and show them what we've got. Of course, it's if you've watched any of my interviews at the runoffs, you know that the runoffs are my favorite time of year, and the weather's cooling off, and we're going to have the best of the best in the country in Indianapolis. There are just over 900 cars currently entered, and I believe in E-production, the class that I'm running in, there are 35 or 36 cars. I think F has a little bit more than that, and got some pretty stellar fields. Haven't unpacked this yet, but this is just a junkyard core motor. You can tell by it being strapped on a junkyard core tire. This is going to be a second engine for the Integra down there. Why are we doing a second motor for the Integra? Well, I'll tell you why. That's because the car is sold. The new owner will be taking possession. Actually, he's not going to take possession, but he will at least pay for it after the runoffs. No pressure on Rick to not tear this thing up in a month, but there is. But the new owner wants a second motor, and so obviously the motor that's in this car is the one that came with it. There are a lot of unknowns about it to me, so I am going to turn this junkyard motor into a JPM motor, see if we can go next level for the new customer. No, don't ask, because I will not tell you who it is per his request. Well, at least you know it's not a gal. It is a guy, and we will be turning this into a F production Miata killer or something like that. But as you know, I build most of the Miata motors for the class as well. So I think it's really good for the class to have diversity, and I hope that we continue to have lots of diversity in the production classes. Of course, I've been a prod guy forever, so they are my favorite. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at here. Been super busy. There will be more and more stuff going on in the coming weeks leading up to the runoffs. And I will, of course, be doing, I'll probably do some Facebook Live stuff at the Runoffs, just so if you're following me on Facebook, if you're not, you should. I'll probably do a few Facebook Live videos from like grid during the qualifying days, touring around. But the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a really good Runoffs video documenting my week with all sorts of in-car videos. I'm going to do some foot cam stuff, rear camera stuff, all sorts of great stuff. So look forward to that in October once we get back from the Runoffs, and we'll put together a Runoffs experience video. So hope you guys are having a great week. I certainly am, and hope to see a lot of you in about 4 weeks at the Runoffs. If you are there, please come by and say hi. Always happy to see old friends and meet new people. So as always, if you have questions, feel free to hit me up at the bottom there, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye.